Hey, what's up, weirdos? Welcome to Spotlight 814.
Hey!
Hi.
Hey! You heard that. You guys heard that. I have 3 other people in the studio with me, and none of them are Brenna Thumler.
No. I know Brenna, but I'm not Brenna.
None of them
I also
are
know
Brenna
Brenna.
Thumler. None of you look like Brenna either. It's crazy.
No.
I don't.
Very, very different.
So, today, I am joined in the studio by the one and only Maddie Morgan.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here.
Hi, Maddie.
Very excited.
Very excited. Mitchell King.
Hey, it's me.
It's you.
I'm Mitch.
Mario.
Yeah, it's me. Mitchio.
Oh.
And Zach
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
Sure.
Why do I do that?
That's my middle name. It's fine.
Thomas Hoffman. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew I got that Thomas from somewhere. Okay. I'm sorry. I knew that. Hoffman. Yeah.
It's all right. If it makes you feel any better, I put your middle name when they asked who referred you to see Rent. I put your middle name, and then I was like, wait, that's not his last name.
That's fine. That's what I go by on Facebook. So it's, it's a thing. I'm Ryan Dolly. So yeah, I'm here too.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's begin.
That's us.
What are we doing, Ryan?
So today we are going to have a little ensemble appreciation.
Yeah.
Yes. So all 3 of my lovely guests are in ensembles at the moment.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Maddie are in Rent with me, and they are fantastic. Zach is going to be in the ensemble of SpongeBob, opening at the Erie Playhouse.
Yeah.
Have rehearsals started yet?
Oh, yeah. They're way on their way.
Awesome. And
We-
when does SpongeBob open at the Playhouse?
July 28th.
Hey.
SpongeBob SquarePants opens.
That is
That's
very exciting.
awesome. Zach, I'm going to have you move in just a little bit towards that mic again, because you're getting very little. Very little notes there.
Very little me.
Yeah, very little you, very little me. So this is awesome to have you guys here. And I've been wanting to have like all of you on. So now to do it all together, it's good stuff.
Mhm.
It's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about SpongeBob first.
All right, let's do.
So, because we did I've talked so much about Rent because I'm in it and I'm on the show all the time. So we're going to talk more about Rent today. So
Let's
sucks
say
to be you if you don't like that.
You deserve to talk about Rent. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank you. Zach came opening night and we had a great crowd.
That was a great
was.
night to come.
It was like rock star energy out
It was.
there. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was.
So Zach, how is it being in the ensemble of such a big show like SpongeBob?
Being in the ensemble for SpongeBob is so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
It's such a fun show. The music's written by so many popular artists out there, and it's a fun score to sing. It's a fun show to dance. I don't dance very much, but that's for the best. But it's
Hey, I got through 3 productions of Cats, and I don't dance
God.
at all.
Which we will have to discuss this.
Right.
sometime.
We will.
I didn't know you did cats.
Oh.
3 times. But I digress. SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Dancing. No dancing.
Not doing that. Not doing that. No, it's a fun show to be a part of. The roles are so fun to play.
So how many different characters are you playing in the show?
I mainly play Perch Perkins, which is for people who don't know SpongeBob or remember most of SpongeBob, but not who that is. He is the newscaster for Bikini Bottom.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
fun.
So I play him mainly, and then I play a sardine at some point in the show.
Awesome.
I play a jellyfish.
Nice.
And then there's just other scenes that I'm in the town for. So I'm a townsperson at some points too. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Keeps
I
you
love
on your
that.
toes for sure, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Now, how many costume changes do you have in the show?
I have no idea. We have not.
Haven't gotten there yet.
No, I think I'm getting lucky. I think I have one costume, and then I throw pieces on top of it.
Nice.
And then I think they just kind of come off when I have to be back as my main person, and then other pieces get added. So I think I get lucky. Other people, not so lucky. I think, one of the luckier ones.
Well, that's great. And that is excellent.
Costume changes stress me out, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I feel like costume changes are you either love them and you love the adrenaline rush, or you want as few as you possibly can.
I want to die every time I'm doing a costume change.
I love me a costume
I do
change.
too.
I think it comes from the
costume
rush
change.
of like the first community theater show I ever did was A Christmas Story, and I was Ralphie, and getting into the pink bunny suit
And you
was
were like,
it took so like it had to be so quick, like just boom down and then boom up and then back out, and it gave me a high that I've been chasing ever since.
The adrenaline rush of an intense quick change is one that is quite exhilarating.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are upstairs, I think, during my quick change for
Pussy Galore.
For Pussy Galore.
I always see you coming down into the green room.
Yeah.
I see some of it.
So Ella and I have this down to a science. We have it down to a science. She is a surgeon with
Ella's
it.
Awesome.
Like, she's got it all set up, and I have to I got to get out of my street clothes and then slip into that thing. And I got like maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I get up there in plenty of time.
And Ryan also has to put on fishnets, which are
Jesus.
horrendous to do in a quick change.
I do those under my jeans.
That's smart. That's smart.
Do you do that during intermission? Brilliant. That's the true, it's a science with a quick change.
That's the way.
It's all about the preparation.
Now, if you guys have not seen my Pussy Galore costume,
she's iconic.
You're in for a treat.
I wasn't ready. I can speak for the crowd of Rent so far and say I wasn't ready.
One of my favorite parts of Rent is just being backstage and downstairs, and then seeing Ryan coming down in full Pussy Galore, and just
full Pussy Galore,
and just like booking it to like change it to his next costume. I have to keep from busting out laughing every time. You know, it's so good.
I do it though, like in a way to get laughs from you guys because first of all, I can't run in those heels. I can't. So I'm like running. And I have to take that like 10-gallon hat on, which is actually heavy. And I have the wig, which is like falling in front of my face, and I'm like crouched down like Danny DeVito.
So we must give a visual of this costume. So we see Angel towards the beginning of Act 2. And Angel comes out, and we see the Ryan Dolly in this gorgeous pair of white pumps that are so hella high, and I don't know how you dance in them.
I don't either.
Purple fishnets, a bedazzled, very, very, very tiny dress.
Very tiny dress.
She's very short.
Very tiny
and
dress.
you look like a baddie. Gorgeous, this shimmery, tiny, petite little, silvery little dress. A blonde, long wig, a furry jacket.
Don't forget the booty shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the booty shorts.
Little silver booty shorts.
Little booty shorts, and then we have a bedazzled cowboy hat to top her off.
Yeah, and the sunglasses, the heart sunglasses.
And the sunglasses.
I think Dallas Buyers Club every time I see that costume. I've never seen Dallas Buyers Club, but that's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
Seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a vision.
But you know what? Like, without an ensemble, this show would suck so hard for me because Maddie is like my savior in this show. She does my makeup for me. She's there to
so awesome.
She's there to help me out with my first costume change into my like many layers of everything. By the end of it, I am quoting, what's that show? I Think You Should Leave. I'm like walking up the stairs. I'm like, there's too much on around me.
Too much.
Too much.
I don't want to be around anymore.
I don't want to be around anymore.
But that's the beauty of, that's roles that more so ensemble members can take on. And it is so much fun and just as exhilarating to do not only a costume change, but like we have, Ryan has so many makeup changes, whether it's putting on makeup or taking off. And then just with, I don't know, it's just, I think it's all fun and an adrenaline rush to
So
do the
Maddie,
moment.
how many different roles are you playing in this show?
Oh, that's a great question. I am a homeless person, along with Mitch.
Yeah, homeless squad.
Homeless squad. Christmas bells.
Represent.
Christmas bells, they're ringing. They're always ringing.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Not here.
Not always here. Sometimes they're here.
Sometimes.
Sometimes Santa Fe.
Yeah. So I'm a homeless person, and then I'm also one of Maureen's protest, one of her additional protest performers.
The backup singers.
The backup. Yeah. And then we also, it's hinted that we flirt with and kind of cheat on Joanne, and Joanne kind of catches us making out
Kinda
and love
making
people.
out. Kind of making out.
That's kind of what causes their little split.
Interesting.
So that's my character.
You should see
That's what
Vital
I'm
and
on.
I. You should see Vital and
Oh,
I.
your faces.
Oh yeah. When that's happening, we're like, oh.
I miss all of this. There's so much subtlety happening when I'm
There's,
not on stage,
a
apparently.
lot of little things happening.
I audibly gasped at that moment. I was like, oh no.
No.
Scandalous.
So I play those two, and then I'm also Mrs. Cohen, so Mark's mommy.
Yes, you are.
And then Alexi Darling, who is she? I guess she's like a producer.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like the producer for
engineers.
Buzzline.
Tabloid journal.
Yeah. So I guess kind of like a journalist.
Yeah.
Journalism producer.
Journalism.
So I do all
TMZ style.
those.
Yeah.
It's a real fun.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. I have to say it's been this show is like a blessing in disguise. Because I've been manifesting to do an ensemble show for a while. And I have played leads for a really long time, and it's been so long being an ensemble, and I will tell you what, it has absolutely kicked my ass. Being a lead, obviously, is more stressful just for the sake of you have more memorization and it's more exhausting because you're on stage more. But it's so easy because, Ryan and I were talking about this the other day, how when you're a lead, you have one character to establish and grow throughout the story. And that's so much easier to build upon rather than
8.
Yes, when you're an ensemble. And it's kicked my ass, sitting there, and I have created backstories for all my characters, and I really do try to challenge myself, and more than I ever have in the past, but to really get in the headspace of each character. And when you have to do it, you have back-to-back ensemble numbers, and you're a totally different character. It is and it is so disheartening to know how undervalued and underappreciated ensemble and swing members are. It is.
Swings are crazy.
And swings are crazy. Swings are another level.
Yeah.
That is the elite group of performer. If you can pull off being a swing, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard part of ensemble is that if an ensemble is good at what they do, they don't draw attention to themselves outside of their ensemble numbers. Because, and I think we're all theater people here, so we all try to appreciate the ensemble as best we can.
Oh, yeah.
But to the average theater goer, the ensemble is there, and if they're good, that's what they're supposed to be doing, and then their attention's always on the leads. But if an ensemble is bad, that gets picked up on so quickly. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's why I always when I see shows, I try to watch each individual ensemble member, because I know they're all doing character things and they're in character, and I love to see the little bits that they do that they're and we've all been there where it's nobody's paying attention to me, but I'm still doing this character thing. I'm paying attention.
Oh,
I'm always looking.
We do it for us. We do it for us. It's
100%.
So, Mitch, how many characters are you playing? What are you doing in the show?
Not as many as Maddie. I am the homeless person, which is like,
Ayo.
yeah.
He's
Homeless
like
number
he's like the
one.
leader of the homeless
You
people.
know what? In a
Homeless.
way, I kind of like wanted to embody that. Where like I'm looking out for the other homeless
Oh,
Yeah.
I
people.
love
Like,
that.
You're the homeless daddy.
yeah,
I
a little
was
bit.
just about to say
Homeless daddy.
the daddy of the homeless.
Yeah, no, like how I'm always like,
Leader of the pack.
if you know in Christmas bells, I'll like bring you over to the the trash can
Yes.
fire. I'm like,
You
come
are-
get warmed
you
up,
are
and I'm like,
indeed so kind. Like, and Mitch does do that. Like, I'll be over huddled by myself, and Mitch will be like, "Come here," and I'll be like, "Okay," and then we go try to warm up together.
Yeah.
He is like he is the nicest homeless man
You
I encounter in the show.
You are like
So-
such a leader.
Like during You Okay Honey when I'm doing the boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
yeah,
boop, and
that's the first Christmas bells, and it's just me alone. And it's right after we sing Rent, so I'm like, Christmas bells, like I'm catching
Wait,
my
is it
breath.
just you two on stage?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see a
So-
lot of these
yeah.
scenes.
so he comes up right behind me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and like we have a little moment.
Yeah, I love
Homeless
that so
daddy
much.
angel.
Yeah, it's like the one moment I get with Ryan in the entire show, and then
Yeah.
so I'm the homeless person for the rest of the show, and there's a moment with like Erie, who's another one of the homeless
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
During Christmas bells, I give her like crumpled dollar bills from my pocket so she can buy something
I
from
love
one of the
this.
vendors.
Because
And it's
she's
like,
only 16.
yeah, she's only
She's a
16,
child.
She's
and I'm
a
like
child.
looking after her, and it's such a blink and you miss it
are
moment.
the daddy.
Yeah,
Oh
100%.
my god.
And-
Homeless daddy.
Yes.
Beyond that,
Make it a shirt. I want the shirt.
yeah, sure, I'd wear that. Why not? I have worse shirts. Yeah, and then I'm also playing the waiter in La Vie Boheme, so the very put upon, like minimum wage guy who now has to deal with all the bohemians coming into his restaurant.
Can you do the lines for us?
Yeah, sure. So it literally starts off La Vie Boheme with, "No, please, no, not tonight. Please, no, Mister, can't you go? Not tonight. Can't have a scene.
What?
Go, please, go. You, hello, sir. I said no, important customer.
What am I, just a blur?
You sit all night, you never buy.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I had a tea the other day.
You couldn't pay."
Oh yeah.
And then like I get chased off, and then
Wine
I
and beer.
yeah, and then I come back to do the
The
part that I think
orders.
everybody remembers, which is the so that's 5 miso soup, 4 seaweed salad, 3 soy burger dinner, 2 tofu dog platter, and 1 pasta with meatless balls.
Ew.
It tastes the same.
If you close your eyes. And 13 orders of fries. Is that it here?
Wine and beer.
I
love it.
yeah,
Me
it's
too.
so good. It's so
It fits you like you do
Thank
such
you.
a great job, and I have to say it gives me so much joy because I am like doing the backup dancing for Over the Moon, and then Over the Moon
transitions right
does a
into La Vie Boheme.
segue right into La Vie Boheme. And I am helping with the change, and we're transitioning the tables on stage. And then it is so funny. Like it brings me so much joy because you are just so full of such sincerity the second you come on. I'm going to move our table to set up, and then Mitch just comes flying through. And Mitch is like,
I
please
was-
don't set this up. He's like, please. And he's just the perfect frantic waiter.
My mic's not even on yet. It's literally just for
But
everyone
I hear
else.
it, Mitch,
Yeah.
and it brings me such joy.
I am in the middle of something else at that moment.
Do tell what you and Mimi are doing.
So Mimi and I are entering the stage, and we're paying attention to nobody else. I take off my that hell jacket, and I put it on the steps behind us, and Mimi goes, "Hey, let's go to the bathroom." So we run off stage left. We do a rail of Coke, not real.
Love it here.
Not real. And we come back on stage, and after, like, as everybody's like, Benjamin Coffin the Third, like whatever.
Yeah.
So you've already done your note here, note on the
Yeah.
front. And, we haven't been on stage for any of that because we've been blowing Coke in the bathroom.
So I see you walking back in out of the corner of my eye because I'm so focused on like getting the timing right because it's such a quick part. And out of the corner of my eye, I see you and Mary coming back. I'm like, where the they been?
So we run off stage left, and then we come back on, and we're both going like, like rubbing our noses. And then like 2 minutes into La Vie Boheme, I look over at Mary, and I'm like, and she goes, so she like rubs the excess Coke off of her nose.
God.
We have such a great connection in this cast, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so tight knit. Like
Yeah.
it's
And
Everyone's gelled really beautifully.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I know, like, you know, for Zach, like, you guys haven't really gotten on the stage yet, so it's
No.
not quite there yet. And
That's today.
Yeah.
We go
So
to, we put it
exciting.
together today on the stage for real this time.
yep.
How are you feeling? Are you enjoying the casting? Like, of
Yeah.
the leads? You feel like everyone's really starting to
Yeah,
settle
oh my
into.
God, the leads are amazing. They're
awesome.
unfair. It's so
I'm
good.
so excited to
It's
see
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
What are your favorite? I was gonna ask earlier, but I forgot. Your favorite numbers to do.
Well, I'm a
in.
little biased because I do have a number.
Ooh.
I sing a song called No Control,
Oh, I
and
love that.
it's
Who was written by that? Who wrote that one? Sorry,
fuck, I don't remember.
I will find
Is
out.
it
We'll look
David?
it up.
Is it David?
That might have been
is
the
it
David Bowie one.
Bowie?
What?
I sing like really low, like menacing.
What's the name of the
bass
song?
notes. No Control.
Could you give
No
us a
Control.
little
No,
preview?
thank you.
So you're gonna make
that
me,
will cost.
No, it's
That'll
all
cost
good.
Playhouse $21.
so you just let me sit here and sing the beginning of Lovely Bohem, knowing you were not gonna give out anything.
Correct.
It's like no remorse.
Let's see. No Control.
No, I only have the bandwidth to do it like once a night, and then my vocal cords are like, no more.
I get that. I get that. I
Fair.
get that.
Especially because both of these shows, I'm familiar with SpongeBob the Musical just because you know that's our generation. Like we grew up on SpongeBob and everything, but vocally demanding. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems very vocally demanding.
All right,
So-
so No Control was actually written by David Bowie,
Hey.
and it appeared on his 1995 concept album Outside.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
good.
There's something
it's-
poetic about it ending up in SpongeBob the Musical.
I know,
There is.
right?
There is. It's so fun. There's so many featured singers in the show, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Couple of the ensemble people like get their own number in the show, which is really cool.
I know we were going to have Chris on today, and
Chris.
he's got his own number where he's on roller skates.
Oh my
that's
god!
awesome.
Yeah.
And I stand on stage for it, and I'm petrified. 'Cause
I
I'm not on roller skates, and they are.
has he been on the roller skates yet?
I think he does a skateboard.
He does
I'm
a
not sure if
skateboard.
he's doing roller skates.
My God, I am
That's-
that scares me.
Yeah,
he's
that
he's
is-
a he's a big guy, so if he goes down, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, he's done it in rehearsal though. Like when we were at the rehearsal hall, he did it, and he did fine. So I think
Good.
I think he'll be okay. He seems
Good.
to have a lot of control over like what it's doing.
So
So-
he's a little more coordinated than he looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I love that.
I work with Chris, so I can jab at him a little bit.
He has so many costumes. Probably, like I said,
He was
don't know.
telling me he has a ton.
He's in Electric Skate. He's a pirate in the pirate number.
Oh, wow.
He's in the sardine number with me. He plays a random character that I don't remember the name of. He's in other stuff, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, we will find out
Yeah.
when we go see SpongeBob
Yes.
the
Yeah, I was
musical.
gonna say that.
Oh my god.
That's a tease. Go see it, and then you can find out what else he's playing.
Yeah, you'll have to
Exactly.
follow him.
That's a hook.
Yeah, he's been doing the French narration too. I'm not sure. if
Oh,
that's-
nice.
I'm
Love
not.
that.
I'm not sure if he's just filling in or if
Oh
that's
my
like a
gosh.
permanent thing. But he sounds good.
That's awesome.
So he might
It's
have
such an
that added
iconic
onto his
part.
plate
It is
too.
so iconic.
It's so
Yeah.
iconic.
And you get to hear it enough times.
I'm trying
It's
just so hard
good.
not to do SpongeBob quotes and impressions right now.
Do
It's
them. Just go for it,
just
man.
like, one eternity later.
Yeah.
I just.
Very nice.
Classic.
Very nice.
I love it. I love it. I wanted to do that show so bad, but
Yeah.
these shows overlap,
Yep.
and I was like, damn it,
Yeah.
damn it.
I feel like I might have another shot at doing SpongeBob in my future. This is like the one time for Rent. Like I don't think I'll ever get to do Rent again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt that way too.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me. And then, just kidding, it happened. It almost happened again.
Mhm. So
I-
you were in Rent.
I was
Yeah.
in, I don't, 2000 something.
2000 something.
2018?
Oh,
Yeah.
2020,
2018.
2018.
He's doing the future, man.
2018.
2018. In the future.
I'm only living in 2018.
It was in 2018. As confidently as I can say that.
That was at Barron, right?
Yes, it was a Penn State Barron.
And how was your experience
it
as
was-
Gordon and the Man?
I just, as you were talking, I realized there was other stuff I did. I was homeless daddy.
Yeah!
I was homeless daddy.
We have 2 homeless daddies in the house.
Except I wasn't like the nurturing homeless daddy.
Were you like the pimp daddy?
He was
Like giving my money.
grumpy homeless
I
daddy.
Instead of
was-
giving money, you were taking it away
Give
from
me
the
your money.
16-year-olds.
Well, I mean, I did also play the man, so you could
Right.
say I was money hungry
Oh, the
homeless
duality,
daddy.
the duality.
Yeah.
Money hungry
Money-
homeless
Wow.
daddy.
Money hungry homeless
God,
daddy.
if I didn't already name this episode, that would have been it.
That's it. Money hungry
You can do
homeless
either
daddy.
like double homeless daddies or money hungry homeless
I,
daddies.
This is
Yes.
like literally, I am glad to be here in this moment. Look, the
Yeah.
homeless daddies have united.
That's so great to happen organically.
Yes.
Totally organically.
Yeah, I did that same part at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And then I was Gordon, he's the one who sings with Roger.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then does the one in Will I have a name? I don't.
Yes, but also
Steve, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that like
You changed.
I
You
was
changed the
him
name.
too. So I was 2 people in the support group at once.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
fine.
love that.
Okay.
And then I was the drug dealer, the man.
Robbie.
I'm just
Robbie's
thinking-
our man.
I'm just
He's-
thinking of Robbie, like, I'm cool.
I'm cool.
He-
I'm cool.
He got a note. He's like, Robbie, you're too nice of a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he's like,
okay.
oh, because Robbie's like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was the one that said ew in
Oh, I love you,
Bowen.
Bowen.
Yes.
But they made me do it like Jimmy Fallon, I think. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that one. That one. Mhm.
Interesting choice.
A bold choice.
It is a bold choice.
I don't know
Emily
why
called
you'd
at
want to
me.
associate that with Brent, but
She called
okay.
at me and was like, "Wait, can you do it like the ew
No.
sketches?" And I was like,
You were like,
"Yes, I can, and I will."
Was Jimmy Fallon still like? Was he still riding the high back then? Like, were we still on the Jimmy Fallon train?
I think
not
that
me, but
I think that sketch was still really popular.
was
Really
fresh.
at
It was
that time.
fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
the
They were
pandemic
like, this would be
hadn't
great. Let's throw
happened.
this in red.
Correct.
Yeah.
We weren't all so tired of it by post 2020.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, an ensemble can make or break a show.
Yes.
100%.
Make or break it.
100%. And like what you were saying earlier about watching like the nuances
Mhm.
of ensemble, and it truly, and especially in theater, what truly makes theater magical is catching the tiniest moments, like in the
Mhm.
tiniest little
100%.
interactions, and that is what makes it so immersive and real. And ensemble plays like 90% of that
Yeah.
role.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
That's part of my favorite thing of doing ensemble is just those little character
Yeah.
bits, and it's like I'm not the focus right now. I'm not trying to steal focus, but I'm gonna like live in the
Yeah.
character. And
Yeah.
if anybody were to like get bored and look at me, then they would still be like in the show.
and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that's
So, Maddie, the last time we did a show together before Rent was Cabaret.
indeed.
You were both phenomenal, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's not what this
I
is
know.
about.
I'm just saying, like, there's so much talent in this room, right?
There-
now.
there
I'm
really
so
is.
sad I missed it.
But Maddie was Sally Bowles
Salim.
to my MC, and we only had like one brief moment on stage together, but we made it memorable.
And it was, I don't even think a minute. We talk about it all the time. We were like, it was like less than a minute of us just dancing happily, and Will come in.
Acting like
And
idiots.
we're both just like, everyone's dancing, doing this awesome choreography by the wonderful Julia Kemp, but doing this gorgeous choreography in a circle. And then Ryan and I are just like holding hands and spinning and talking about how we just did Coke. Like, oh yeah, because we even talk about that
Why am I
too.
always doing coke at the academy?
I feel
Well,
like the
this
problem
shit-
is
did you
you.
manifest
Being very
it?
drunk. Drinking all the gin or talking about Coke in our little spinning. And
Yeah.
we would just be like, oh, hello, darling.
Oh,
You
and
look
then-
so lovely.
And then our little chicken dance.
Yes, we would do a little chicken dance. It was a blast. blast.
We had a great time.
That
And
was by far one of my most favorite shows and most memorable that I've ever done.
And then, doing that and then going into the ensemble, it's just a culture shock.
It is.
Like
Oh my
you were
God.
saying, like there's just so much to it.
And to be honest, I feel like I had more anxiety and felt more stressed playing ensemble and Rent than playing Sally.
Yeah.
I mean, the most
25,000%.
Yeah, and like the most stressful thing about Sally was I had never had a role. Usually when I'm a lead, I have more singing, and I had never had that many lines before, so that was stressful. But I had it like so early on. Meanwhile, Rent with the ensemble stuff, I was so much harder on myself because like Sally, as I was saying with leads, like it's easier to just establish your character and then you grow.
You
have
fall
them
into
grow.
it. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
But ensemble, it wasn't until, oh my gosh, maybe like the second night of dress rehearsal that I had fully, like, really felt like I had established, like, all my ensemble characters. Like, it took me that long to kind of settle into it. And I had so much anxiety over it. Like, totally different
It's exhausting.
experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And they were both equally exhausting, but in totally different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I appreciate so much of like what I've learned and what I've done in both shows. And that is something that really frustrates me as well with ensemble and how ensembles look down on in the theater community.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
With how, like it's people, and I've worked with many people that, especially once they get leads, they refuse to be an ensemble anymore. Like, and I'm like, that is how you perfect your craft. That is, I would have never been able to do Sally Bowles if I hadn't done like 10 ensemble shows and like grown as a performer doing ensemble.
Yeah.
Like if I would have just grown up doing leads, I would not be the performer I am today
Right.
without all of that growth and learning that I had done in ensemble parts.
It's you're right. It's crazy because I have not done an ensemble role since like 2006.
Wow.
And it was like South Pacific at the Playhouse.
Yeah.
I guess you could count Cats as an ensemble. It is. I mean, every character is in technically an ensemble, but like officially an ensemble member, like it was South Pacific. I'm about to do my first ensemble role in that many years. When I go into Beautiful at the Playhouse.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's for one.
It's going to
probably
kick my ass.
It's going to kick your ass,
Yeah.
and two, you're gonna learn. You're gonna grow so much in this next
Yeah.
show. It's incredible.
It's nobody's too good for the ensemble.
No,
and I think
no.
it's so
No.
easy to get that mentality once you start
Yes.
getting leads. And in this area especially, I feel like men have an easier time getting leads just because it's your competition is much
slimmer.
less.
20,000%.
And like my last ensemble role was in Anything Goes at the Academy in like 2015, and I was asked to just be in it because they didn't have enough people, and I had just come off of doing the full Monty, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do this, and it was a lot of work and maybe underappreciated ensemble from just like easy to get burned out, just the rehearsal period and over rehearsing and rehearsing for too long. But I did that, and then I went into Beauty and the Beast as LeFou. And
We're LeFou brothers.
LeFou brothers!
Ayo.
I just got double brothers in this whole episode.
But Double Daddies is better.
Double Daddies.
Sorry.
It is. But
Double the Fool in
Double the
in
Fool.
French is pretty good too.
It is good.
but yeah, and it was the same director, and I had a much easier time doing LeFou. Like, it was a bigger part. I was on stage more, and I was sick for every weekend of that show. And singing Gaston, which is a huge number. And I was still like, this was a much easier experience than doing ensemble and Anything Goes when I was in way more numbers and just doing everything. Like, I did tap dance in Anything Goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
I can't do
remember,
that.
Mitch, but I was also in that production with you.
Yeah.
I was also very young.
Yes.
We didn't know each other. But that show was, the dancing was also an ensemble and Anything Goes. And I had a blast, but holy
Yeah.
shit,
Love
did we
anything
have
goes.
dance rehearsals? Like,
mean,
the dance
they're
numbers
into,
were
like-
so long.
Yeah, past midnight.
Oh,
A lot of
100%.
times, which is not the way you should be doing rehearsals
No.
anyway.
No.
But
I did Anything Goes back in
Oh my gosh.
2012. I was in Anything Goes with the artistic director of the Academy, Julia Kim.
Oh,
Hey.
She played Reno Sweeney, and I played Evelyn Oakley.
I
All right.
love that.
It was amazing. I love that show.
I didn't realize that you were in that production
Yeah.
with her. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Julia
so
also
cool.
did our version
I
of
know.
Anything Goes.
She played Hope. I think
Yes.
is the character's name. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's such
Ryan,
a
were
great
you
show.
ever in Anything Goes?
Yeah,
was not.
really.
Oh, I was
not.
Oh.
I was not.
Dang, 3 out of 4.
You know, like I said, I am not a dancer. Despite what
same.
my resume says, 3 times in Cats, I am not a dancer.
Also,
You can-
Which
maybe
cat?
let's have a brief
Sidebar.
little on how
Sidebar.
that happened.
Yeah. Tell us about cats, Ryan.
You know,
I mean, obviously you had to have gotten the dance. You couldn't have been.
I got
like,
it down. It took a
Yeah.
long time, but like I got it down.
Yeah.
But like Richard Davis was the first one, the first director that I had for Cats. Well,
Mhm.
okay, I take that back. I did Cats at Gannon, and Sean Clarkin, I'm sorry, that production was not great, not great. Gannon University should have never been doing Cats.
It's a hard show to
Fair,
do.
yeah.
It is,
It's
it is.
a really hard show.
But I played Skimbleshanks in all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the one at Gannon, not great. The one at the Playhouse, excellent. Excellent. Richard had us doing yoga before every rehearsal. And it's just
Still
like,
does it.
I kind of love that.
Still
though.
does it.
and it's, as you know, it's not regular yoga. It's like power yoga. Like
Ain't
you're,
no yoga.
it ain't no yoga. I mean, he
It's
plays
insane.
like EDM music, and you're just sitting. It's like
Yeah,
you're
just sweating.
yeah, yeah, and then you have to do like 20 minutes of abs.
Yep,
Oh,
that's still a
damn.
thing.
I was in the best shape of my life back then.
Yep.
Like I was jacked.
you're telling us that doing cats is everyone
How
should
to
do
get jacked.
cats. is
Everyone,
what-
if you want to
get fit?
if you want to get fit, do Cats.
Proper fit.
If you want to get proper fit, do Cats.
Dang, I got a friend who's gonna be real happy to hear that because Cats is his favorite musical.
Oh, I love
But
that.
I'm so
the
mad.
the third one is, I'm actually gonna say this one was worse than Gannon.
Ooh.
And this one was professional.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is my first professional contract
really?
at Amish Acres in Napannee, Indiana.
stop it.
The Round Barn
No.
Theater.
The round
Oh
barn.
no.
Oh no.
We did Cats in a fucking barn,
No.
and it was,
Was it immersive?
no.
Like,
Yeah, were you
what?
getting into the audience's laughs like real cats just knocking
Like,
over their drinks?
audience-
Barn
It's like
Cats,
sitting
the
in hay.
musical.
Like, this Barn Cat.
I mean, and technically it was like it was set up.
Oh no.
We had the stage set up like a barn.
I love this.
We had the stage set up like a barn. It was like big hay bales
Just
and
instead of a
stuff
city.
instead of the city.
Yeah.
You're in the barn.
And
All the barn cats.
I'm
I
here
got
for
paid.
this.
I got paid $200 a week
Yes.
No.
to do
Barn
11
Cats, the musical.
productions.
That's so low.
What?
That's
11
so low.
shows a
week?
week
No.
because we did
Ew.
school shows almost every day.
No.
I
The school performance
How
of
long
Barn
was
Cats,
this
the musical.
contract?
passed.
9 months.
Ew.
Ryan.
Yeah. If you ever hear,
I love the literal crisis you are
fear.
having right now.
this was my first professional contract.
Oh, which I get that.
And you
know,
kept
like,
you
you
kept
don't-
doing
But I'm
this?
surprised
was-
you
I
did
was-
for so long.
Yeah,
But I get
you know
it.
what
You're
though?
young and you're
Yeah.
trying to figure things out, and you're like, okay, at least I'm
And
making
you're-
money.
And
You're
I,
trying
trying to
railway
figure
cat.
but here's the thing. I hated 90% of the people there.
Yeah.
Ew.
They were all like, "Oh yeah, I'm professional," and I'm like,
You're
"Oh,
doing
Honey,
Barn Cats.
Y'all are
yeah,
doing
you're,
cats
you're
in a
doing
barn.
you're doing barn cats with me."
None of us are better than anyone here.
Yeah, yeah. And the artistic director at that theater, Lori Schatz, I hope you're resting in piss somewhere.
Oh God.
Jesus, this took a turn.
She is the worst person I've ever met in my life.
Oh wow.
Damn.
And
Wow.
For
she
barn cats.
she flat out told me one night at rehearsal or at dinner after rehearsal, she was like, "Oh yeah, at AMDA or UPDA's every year. UPDA's is like a big unified audition where you audition for like 60, 70 different theater companies. She participated in that every year. I don't know if she still does. I don't know. I hope she has like syphilis or something.
Oh my god.
She's the worst. I digress.
We're
She
naming
told
names on
me.
this podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm naming names. I'm dropping names because she is a terrible human being.
Wonderful. Yes.
She basically she told me I had no future as an actor.
Ew.
She was very wrong.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And Barn Cats was her criterion line?
Right? Yeah.
Wait.
So
Wow.
so but like she bragged about firing this girl because she came in and the cast house had like a ton of like black mold in it, and the girl was like deathly allergic to mold, and she just straight up fired her instead of like cleaning the mold
Because you had an allergy.
and
Oh my god.
and she like and then she stood up at UPTA and told all of the casting directors in the room not to hire this girl after her audition because she's difficult to work with.
Ew.
Because black mold could kill her, and most of us actually. Now that I'm
Right.
thinking about it,
Right.
maybe just not that quickly.
So may Lori Schatz rest in I hate her.
I've never met this woman, and now I hate her.
Does Lori still live in Indiana?
I
as
don't know.
much
I
as you
think she might live in Florida.
Honestly,
Uh,
probably
I
makes
could
sense.
Facebook her. It's
She
not
would
that
she would
hard.
totally be she would totally
Chilling in
be a
Florida.
Floridian. Florida woman.
Florida woman kills an actress over black mold.
That
Florida
sounds
woman.
like a Florida story.
Florida woman does barn cats.
The musical.
Yes, please specify the musical, because you can't just leave that headline.
Nope,
down,
she
like,
just does barn cats.
does barn cats. Fantastic. So ensemble appreciation.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate that ensemble. That was fun. I had to get that off my chest. That's been weighing on me.
I'm glad you were able to have this
She
release about
flat
Lori.
out told me I have no future as an
Yeah,
actor.
that's really
She
really
said
harsh.
she said you have tricks. That's it. That's it.
What the
She's
fuck
like,
does that even
Ryan,
mean?
You're a one-trick pony.
Yeah, basically.
Now get up there and railway cat this show.
Now get up there and be a railway cat in this
better get up
barn.
in that barn, Brian. You said
Skimbleshanks,
Skimbleshanks?
the railway cat.
Skimbleshanks, get
For
up there.
$200 a week
That's insane.
You said 11 performances.
in a week.
And isn't Cats like a 2.5 hour long show?
There is a
Did you
nine.
do the entire
There's
version?
there's a 9.5 minute dance number to open Act 2.
Yep.
No.
Cool. For schools in a barn as cats.
10
In a
a.m.
barn.
10 a.m. we did those
And
shows.
I need a little more context. Like,
I don't.
What was the quality of like the costuming and everything? Was
The
it, did
costumes
they
were
look
great.
Scary?
Well,
Oh, at least they
we-
look
Just
good.
like the full
like
cast,
we
like-
we had like the actual cats,
Yeah,
like costumes and makeup,
Did
Yeah, that's
Okay.
really cool.
Okay, that is.
but it was like in a barn.
In a barn.
And yeah,
was there like any set, or was it just like?
I mean, the set was like
was a
giant
barn.
hay bales
Barn.
and stuff like that.
Maddie.
And there was this like beam going across that I.
Oh my!
I was
Oh, did you
hoping-
railway cat your way
No,
across that
I
beam?
was-
But you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I was so like I was actually very nimble back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could do things that I can never do now. But I hid behind that beam, and that beam was probably up to about here. Like I'm talking maybe 4.5, 5 feet, and I would like crouch down underneath it, and when it was my time to like pop up there, I didn't even like touch the ground. I was just like boing, and I would like land on my feet up there, and I was like,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so cat.
Oh, wait, that's so.
That's so cat. That's so cats.
Yeah, it is.
I also got high for the first time
Yeah.
at Cat's rehearsal
No.
Yeah.
in the barn.
That's the
Yes.
worst. That's the worst show to be getting high for the first time.
Let
too.
me tell you, it was an accident.
Oh no.
Somebody
Brownies.
in my cast made dum dums
Oh.
out of marijuana,
Oh.
and they wrapped them in actual dum dum wrappers
Not
and
the
had them
devil's
in a thing.
No.
So I just like grabbed
the
one,
dum-dum.
Yeah.
and I was
Oh,
like, yeah,
no.
I'm taking Dum Dum. So I go to rehearsal, and I ate the whole thing, mind you.
Oh, it's your first time.
And I was like, oh, I've never had this flavor before. And and about 45 minutes into Cat's rehearsal, I'm like stage left all the way over, and I'm going like this.
Ryan just looks very sleepy right now and is just kind of caressing and licking himself.
Like a cat if a cat
Yeah.
got high.
Like I was licking my paw and then cleaning the back of my ear. I'm like,
Totally.
by myself.
Was the director trying to be like, "Hey, Ryan," and you're just like,
I don't really remember.
It doesn't matter.
probably.
Uh,
And you're.
I could have gotten fired for that, and I wish I did.
So
Oh,
close.
no, that would have been perfect.
That was like, yeah, it was before I
way
really
to
knew how
go.
much I was going to hate it there.
God.
I can't believe we got into that so much.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
glad
got
I
high to
know
watch
this
the
story.
Cats 2019 movie and then
I feel
realized I still technically haven't seen the Cats 2019 movie.
Yeah, I feel like you need more than weed for that.
I also got very drunk. Like it was just what any intoxicants I could
Anything.
take to make that experience happen.
Oh my goodness. It's about time for you to go to rehearsal.
Oh
Is-
man.
I don't want you to be
Yeah.
late.
Yeah, we don't want to take you from SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob.
So Zach,
SquarePants.
before you go, just give us like a quick where can we find you like social media wise? What are you're also involved at another theater in the city.
Yes.
So-
I am currently the what is my title? The Artistic Associate of Community Engagement over at Drama Shop, which is on 10th and State in the Renaissance Building.
Awesome.
It's a cute little theater on the second floor. If
I
you've
love
never
it.
been,
I love it.
go. I've done a lot of shows that are ensemble shows there, like where everybody in the cast is an equal member of the ensemble,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. I do stuff there. I will be actually assistant directing the first production of the 23-24 season, The Brother Size, over at Drama Shop.
And
So
auditions are
excited.
coming up soon for that,
They
right?
are. They're
Nice.
coming up the 29th and 30th of July.
Nice.
I think
Great.
they're from 1 to 3 both days.
Okay.
It's a great show. I'm so excited to be involved in it. I work behind the scenes there with the box office and all of that behind the scenes jazz that theaters have to do. I'm there, sometimes at the Playhouse.
Hopefully get you out at the academy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a venture. But yeah, that's, I guess, where you can find me. I teach. That's a thing.
That's a thing I do.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Awesome.
Well, teacher appreciation, ensemble
Yeah.
appreciation.
Yes. Yes.
So
Rock
thank you
it.
so much, Zach, for coming.
Yeah, you're
And,
welcome.
have a great run tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
First time on the stage.
Act 1. Act 1.
Act one.
Act
one. You can do it, man. You can do it.
I can do
No,
it.
that's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's
It-
so exhilarating to
gonna
get
be
on
so
the
cool.
stage.
It is.
So Zachary Hoffman. Thomas Hoffman.
Zachary.
Zachary Thomas Hoffman.
All of the variations are acceptable.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks,
We'll
Zach.
see
Bye.
you, Zach.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Break a leg.
You guys too.
All right. So it's my renties in here. now.
Yeah.
Renting.
My homeless
Renties.
people.
Rent.
That's
Rent in a barn. Is that what we're doing?
I
That's
guess we
just
gotta do rent in a barn
legitimately,
now.
I think that was just me and Maddie backstage, like
Yeah.
singing Rent when it's before like the
Yeah.
whole ensemble comes on. We enter like at the same time together, so we're around like
Yeah, yeah.
right before we're going. We're just like rant, 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 rant,
Yeah,
rant.
that's one of my most favorite little
Yeah,
ditties
just-
that we have for this show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's such a fun show.
it's so yeah. I'm having a blast.
I mean, there's so many little things that I hope people do catch.
Yeah.
You know,
me
like-
too.
Like the little nuances that we all have in the ensemble and stuff. Like I like Angel loves everyone, you know.
Yeah.
So like Angel's just like I'm giving love to everyone in the
Yep.
show,
Yeah.
except for Jason's homeless ass.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the blanket person.
'Cause
But you're
he's-
trying to like.
I'm trying,
Yeah.
I'm trying, and then he attacks me, and I take my drumstick out and
Yeah.
Like,
hold it like a sword. I'm like, I will
like,
stab you with this, sir.
Yeah, I will say the nice thing about being in the ensemble is I think it affords me an opportunity to watch the audience's reactions more.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, it's Rent especially is really cool. Like opening night, we've been doing Rent and it's been getting exciting and it's been exhausting. Just it's a huge show and undertaking. And there's something electrifying about opening night, but there was a moment during Seasons of Love when it's just all of us on stage in a line singing the most iconic song from the show. And I looked out from my position, like stage right into orchestra left, and there's these two teenagers like dressed up for it. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not
Opening
here to make
night.
assumptions, but like they were very clearly like young teens, more than likely members of the LGBTQ community. And just the look on their faces while we were singing Seasons of Love, just like big smiles,
Crying.
wide eyes, crying, singing along, and I was just like,
so
"Oh,
awesome.
this is for them. Like we're having a great time up here, but like this means so much to them at this point in their lives. That's like, this is why Rent is so important. Like, did all of it age well? No, but it's a show from the '90s, and it was doing something new and something bold.
Yes.
And this show still matters so much to them,
And it's still relevant.
and it's still so
It's
relevant.
still
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
Like and it still matters, and it's that moment when we're just. I still get chills singing Seasons of Love every time we do it for an audience.
Me too.
You know, if you can't connect to any of the characters in this show, then you don't have a soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I
like
agree.
it's so easy to connect to these people. Like you can see yourself in so many of them.
Yeah.
You know, not so much from like certain standpoints, but like, you know, you look at Roger and the depression that he's in, and like it's just this like crippling depression, and he can't get out of the house, and he's like, we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yes.
And it like, I mean, it's
Well, and the need to
all of it.
to want to do something that matters, and like you want what you do to matter, and you want it to be you want to be creative, but you don't want to sell out. Like the tear between you want to do something creative, but you want to be able to pay your bills, but you want your work to mean something. And that's I think at the core of every character is they just want their lives to matter, and they want it to mean something.
Yep, you're right. I'm so happy to be doing this show with you guys.
Yeah.
No, me too. It's been a blast.
Yeah.
For like the first show that I've ever done with you, like I've seen you on stage a number of times, and I've always been like very impressed. But they're like, to do this show and get to know you has been amazing. I've known Maddie for years at this point, but to do another show with her, I think the last one was Beauty and the Beast.
And I agree. It's been so fun to work with you, Mitch. We have a lot of fun history together, and then Ryan and I met for the first time just this February, doing cabaret, and it's been such an honor also to get to work with you again and actually have a little bit more time to like interact with each other and see each other on stage.
You know, we do, and like, you know, we have our little moments in La Vie Boheme, and there's a few others, but like, I mean, just to, and like backstage, like you're helping me out so much, and it's awesome to have you guys there, and Mitch and I had a great chat the other night at the bar.
Yeah,
you know, getting to know each other, and like,
That's awesome.
So it's this cast is special.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Everybody in this cast is great, and just like we're all just having a good time, and it's like one of those rare shows where I feel like we've all bonded in a way. Like this is an experience that we're all gonna remember, and I don't think, at least not that I've noticed. I'm just here to have a good time and be like fun, moral. Like we're all here having a good time. But like I don't notice any like drama or any like weird.
No.
It's been
egos.
one of the most like cohesive, undramatic like cast that I've ever worked with, and it's really beautiful. Something else I've noticed, and what I think is so fun, which I'll get to the costuming and how like Julia reflected that, but something that I think is so beautiful about this cast that fits this show so well, and I think another reason why everything I think just gelled so perfectly is every person in this cast. There is such beautiful like individuality, but I
Yeah.
can't say it,
I get it,
between
yeah.
every person.
You're right,
And
you're right.
like so many of the people in our cast like have such fun senses of style and fun ways of expressing themselves, and our wonderful Julia Kemp, who plays Joanne, but also did all of our costume designing.
Basically everything.
Everything.
Single person that you see on stage is in such their own unique costuming, and everyone looks so different. And I feel like she truly, really expressed everyone's differences in each of their costuming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if and when you're coming to see Rend, you won't be able to take your eyes off of like every individual person,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
every person is telling a different story
Yeah.
just in their looks.
Yep.
And I love how I just think it fits the theme and everything so beautifully.
God, I have the best.
10 minutes left. 10-minute warning, everybody.
Cool.
10 minutes.
I have the best pants in the show, and
You
I,
do.
I say that
Yes.
understanding that like your fashion, Ryan, as Angel is great, but I have the best pants in the show.
I don't wear pants.
You don't wear pants.
I wear leggings.
That's fair.
Leggings.
Yeah, and you know
And
they're
they're
like
stretching out now. So they're getting baggy.
fair.
I have baggy leggings.
I'm already like.
Or I'm just losing a ton of weight,
I mean,
which is
I think-
possible.
both. I'm also losing.
I
weight.
think everyone in this cast is probably going to lose a solid like 5 to 10 pounds.
I'm pretty sure I
just due
sweat
to
off
the
Just
like
sweating.
40 pounds.
that we no like we all are going to look thinner after
I
this.
mean,
I was like-
just the other night.
100%.
What was it? Saturday night when it was so hot.
Oh,
Oh my
everybody,
God.
we were dying.
My mics, I sweated my mic out.
Oh yeah, Ryan's
And-
mic was not doing well that night.
And I, during La Vie Boheme, when we're paused, we're frozen, and Mimi and Roger are doing their little thing.
Sharing a tender kiss.
I'm sitting there holding oh God, names.
Maureen,
Maureen's hand, yes,
Bella.
Bella,
our lovely Bella.
lovely Bella. So I'm holding Bella's hand, and I have my head down, and you're sitting right next to Bella, and you're looking
My
at me.
peripheral.
And-
I don't see.
And I got this green fuzzy jacket on, and from my nose drips the sweat, and it's like
Oh,
a
no.
constant.
Yes. Oh, that's it. And I'm just sitting there.
There it is.
And Ryan is right across from me on the table, and the one stage right light is shining directly over and onto Ryan like an angel. So very fitting. But I'm just sitting there in my peripheral. I just see doop, 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 and I'm like, oh baby.
Oh, no.
I'm like, you could probably only get away with rubbing it off once,
I
and
know.
then you gotta just let it
Let it
go.
drip.
And then when we slowly come out of that, I look at Bella and I was like, "There's too shit on it."
I don't want to be around anymore.
And she didn't understand the reference, but she was laughing
yeah. God, it's so great.
because that was the first time I said it on stage. I was like, "There's too much shit on me."
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, that is too much on me.
Well,
And
yes.
you you all get it. You both have to go out there
Oh, yeah.
as homeless people in the winter.
I'm
It's
wearing-
there's a reason this is a Christmas show.
I'm
Yes.
wearing a Carhartt
hot.
jacket with a trench coat over that, and a scarf, and a knit beanie cap. I don't know if Julia hates me, but I definitely think I have the heaviest costume in terms of just trapping in
You
heat.
definitely, I think, have the most heavy layers.
Definitely the most layers for sure.
Yeah.
Well, heavy layers. I have the
Heavy
most layers.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I have
A
the
lot of
thickest
people
layers.
of us have layers, but you have
And I'm a naturally warm person,
Yeah.
physically. I'm very hairy is really what it boils down to. So I'm just naturally warm all the time anyway, and it's July in Northwest PA, and I'm wearing winter clothing. And I'm just drenched from the minute I put that costume on
Yep.
until I go to bed that night,
Yeah.
just covered in a layer of fine sweat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you guys to go ahead and, tell us where we can find you, what's going on, what you're doing next, if you know, and tell people to come see Rent.
Come see
So-
Rent.
So
Come see Rent.
Do it.
So
We
let's
have 2 weekends left.
let's start with Mitch.
Okay.
Where can we find you, man? What's
Yeah,
like online?
so
What are you doing?
I quit Twitter for my own mental health and also the whole Elon Musk bought Twitter. I'm like, this is a nice time to delete my Twitter account. So I'm not on there anymore. But I do a podcast with a couple of my friends called Geeks of Glenwood. We're anywhere. Yeah, we just talk nerdy things and different topics every week. You can find us anywhere you find podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those fun ones. So that's like my main like social media, and you can find us on like Facebook and Instagram. And next things, I don't know. There's a lot of fun things coming up in this season. I'm potentially going to be in a performance of The Pillow Man, which is a very
Oh, I love that show.
Ooh.
Where's that at?
That's going to be at the Meadville Council on the Arts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Potentially. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet, but that's like
Okay.
in the works kind of, and I am, as far as I know, tentatively attached to it to play the one
The
cop.
brother? Oh, the
No,
cop. Okay.
The cop who's a little more aggressive than,
I want to play the brother someday.
yeah.
It's such a good show.
I did a stage reading of it once, and I played that part. Played the cop, and I'm like, yeah, I will 100% play this if you do a full stage. So if that happens, I'm going to be doing that next. And then there's so many other fun shows coming up in
Yeah.
the area that I'm just trying to keep myself available for.
Definitely. What about you, Maddie?
Well, I don't really have many of the socials. I mean, I have a Facebook.
Don't do
Maddie
the so-
Morgan.
don't do
And
the
also mental health.
socials.
Don't really do the socials
Yeah.
anymore.
No, I get you.
And coming up, also lots of options. I'm primarily looking to continue to do shows in Meadville area.
Mhm.
Potentially, I would kind of love to do Evil Dead that MCT is doing,
Yeah.
and they're going to do it at the Voodoo Compound in Meadville in October, and that looks fun. I am interested in, what's the show that Bob is directing in PACA? Isn't it like the Mencken?
Oh god.
musical?
Yeah. What is it?
I'm somewhat interested in that, and I would love to do a
Weird
show.
Romance.
Yes,
And that's
and
at PACA.
I'd love to do either
Yeah.
PACA or Drama Shop this
Mhm.
season. I'm hoping to branch out a little bit more.
Yes.
But potentially maybe Fiddler on the Roof
Fiddler.
at the Academy.
Fiddler on the Roof. I will not be doing that. I love Julia. I love Julia's directing, and I when I saw that she was directing it, I was like, should I audition? But I really hate Fiddler.
No, it's
It's not for
the
everyone.
best.
It's not for everyone.
It's
People love it.
Yeah.
People
No,
love it, and
it's-
I don't.
but I get why people don't.
Yeah.
I played the fiddler in high school. It was a lot of fun, but I like purposely was in so little of that show, and I
Yeah.
got to be like the title character.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's like the
you were,
most
like-
fun thing to do in
I
Fiddler.
agree.
I'll be going out for Young Frankenstein.
Nice.
So-
What role in particular?
I would like either Frankenstein or Igor.
Awesome. I
Igor
can
would be so
definitely
much fun.
see you
Yeah.
doing both of those.
But before we wrap it up real quick, we got a couple minutes. I wanted to just throw out a few things that are happening in the community. John Lyons and Mark Tannenbaum at PACA, they're doing this immersive theater thing, and they have a Kickstarter program launching on July 25th, and it's called Tethered. And it looks really, really cool. I think it's the 25th, and Room 33 had a lot to do with it.
Oh, that's cool.
So I will be posting the link to that. There's a great video explaining exactly what it is. I'm going to get John on the show at some point to talk about it because it looks incredible. Let's see. There's also Adele. What's Adele doing? She's doing something on the brig, I think. Or she's doing an acting workshop, character development at Blasco Library.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
So that will be August 5th at 11 a.m. And that's pretty cool. And she is also directing Murder in a Bottle, which she wrote.
Oh.
And it is a dinner theater show on one of the boats in the harbor.
Oh, I love
Oh, that's really cool.
that. That's actually really fun.
And yeah, and
done it.
it's on the Victorian
love to do
Princess.
that.
On
I
the
haven't done a
Victorian
dinner.
Princess. And
Dinner theater on so long.
the shows are sold out. a lot of shows
bet.
are sold out.
Awesome.
But the show dates are July 13th, 20th, 27th, August 3rd, 10th is sold out, and the 17th.
Okay.
Yes, so I will be checking that out as well. I think you all should as well. Our friend Lisa Simonian is in that, and she is phenomenal. So,
Awesome.
Cool.
Definitely will.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah. Lots of cool stuff going on. Cool, like, different stuff
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
the interactive
Yeah.
I
experience.
love that
I'm
kind of
in.
stuff.
And like
I'm there.
a show on the Victorian Princess, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Different venues are always so cool. Like I
I
love
agree.
theater in unexpected places.
Yes.
I agree.
I love what the city is doing
Mhm.
and things around the city, like in Meadville, and like
Yeah.
there's so much talent and so much amazing stuff. And before we wrap it up, let's just give one more round of applause to anybody in an ensemble, because you guys are the real heroes.
Legit. I was
real
about to
work.
say
You're
that. I'm like,
doing
it's a
the real
cliche,
work.
but yeah, that's
You're the real
that's it.
heroes.
I mean, truly.
You keep it all together. We keep it all together.
100%.
Yep. So if you are a young actor or actress and you want to, continue to get better, and you're getting a little tired of being in the ensemble, don't be
No.
tired of
This
it.
You
matters
can-
so much.
Yeah, and there's always, like, no matter how small of a role, you can take what you do and you can learn. Take that, even if you have the tiniest little part, take that opportunity to sit there and, I mean, be as immersed in your character as possible. And I promise you will grow as a performer, even
And-
if you're on stage in 2 scenes.
Exactly.
Like,
Absolutely.
literally,
Exactly.
there's always something.
It all
positive.
matters. It all matters so much.
100%.
You put in that work now, and you will be getting those lead
Yes.
roles.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's what happened to all of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so really, thank you guys for joining us, and we're gonna try to be back next week.
Cool.
I think we're gonna do something next week. I'll have somebody on next week. It'll be fun.
Hell
It's exciting.
Yes, I'm so happy you guys came.
Yeah. Thanks
No,
for having us. This was so
having
much
us.
fun. This was a great time.
It was a great discussion.
Yes, it was. And sorry about my rants.
No, oh
I
my
go on
God.
rants on every show, so
I,
it's my
I
thing.
feel like we're all closer now because
Yes.
of the rants.
Yes.
So, Lori Schatz, I hope you choke on your steak.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. And
Good night,
Good
Erie.
night, Erie.